Grant sounds swell for a murderer.
Grant can't talk right now because he isn't well. Listen, I'm doing everything I can for him. I know there's still time. But the truth is, ever since you took the transistor from him, he just hasn't been the same. When you see him, I think you'll understand.
So they need us to help fix their mistake.
Hello everyone,
Round and round.
this is Transistor Part
Backstage
12,
access.
and after that lengthy introduction we're getting right into it with a fight.
Not now.
We have one young lady and a couple of weeds, but this is actually a trickier fight than it might seem on the surface, and you'll see why whenever we blow her up. But first, of course, we're going to take care of those weeds.
Not happening, lady.
Of course, the cells bounce to the other side of the wall, so I had to jump into harm's way to pick them up. We'll go right around those, right to the other weed. That's a little more like it. Alright, now it's just us.
They can take a hit now.
And a couple of bad cells. I think we made her mad. Okay, so if this were a little bit earlier in the game, I wouldn't be concerned about just standing my ground and gunning down all of these cells. This late in the game, however, all of those bad cells are going to have shields, and they're going to hit for a pretty good amount of health, and you can see I don't have a whole lot. So unbelievably, I have to play cat and mouse with one of the most useless enemies in the game. Maybe not so useless as they just forced me into an emergency turn. So I'm trying to gun them down from a distance, but because of the walls and the way that this floor is arranged, I have to actually move around and get near them. It's not exactly ideal for me. And that one was not very happy with me. It chased me all the way across the floor. Can't believe I'm having to hide from these things. I get very lucky right here. His shot almost hit me, and if it had, and if my turn hadn't recharged, I would have lost Cull, which probably would have meant I would have replayed this fight. Cull is just too useful.
Apart. Maybe that's all they want.
Save and jump, and let's take down that other firewall.
That's two. Big door downstairs ought to be open now. Take us straight to Asher and Grant's hideout on the roof.
See you soon. And we're saving again. You'll see why whenever we ride the elevator down.
No jumping in the lift, okay?
So that massive door is open, but it looks like we're not the only ones who want to see Grant and Asher. There's just a whole mess of enemies here. So I've got a cheerleader, a clucker, there's a snapshot flying around here somewhere, couple of bad cells,
Looks like Grant has other visitors.
and of course,
Well, we're not
the
waiting.
big guy,
Hands off.
who now has the ability to drag us in. So first things first, let's deal with the distractions. That jerk is not nearly as dangerous on his own. And the last thing we want is for him to get a shield from that cheerleader. Goodbye. The bad cell manages to survive. Did a lot of damage there, but not quite enough. Deal with him. And he just made a grave error turning his back to me. That does it for the fight, and that's actually going to do it for this episode. I know you'll be back next time, because you definitely don't want to miss what's behind that big door. So I'll see you then, and as always, thanks so much for watching.